All right, y'all, we are live on this beautiful, volatile Wednesday afternoon where the Federal Reserve, the FOMC, is going to be announcing the interest rate decision, and we are expecting some massive volatility today, y'all. So, blessings to everybody. In the name of the Messiah, Jesus, Yeshua, I do pray everybody watching and listening is very, very blessed in multiple ways. We're going to be going over the analysis, guys. And we are going to be looking at those juicy areas. We're going to be watching the volatility. We're going to be trading this to the best of our abilities. We will be live momentarily, guys. Make sure to like the stream. Make sure to click that subscribe button and click the bell, because it's going to be getting juicy in here, guys. If we can get 1,000 likes during the stream, we'll be doing a giveaway. Let's see if we can do it. All right, y'all. We are live on this beautiful Wednesday. Blessings to everybody in the name of Jesus the Messiah. Wow. Today is the day that we have all been waiting for, guys. We have all been waiting for this day. And let me just say, what is today, guys? It is the FOMC announcement of the Federal Reserve, the interest rates. And we are going to get some extreme volatility today. And guys, I am still in a long trade from $16,300. This was the setup that we gave over in the VIP Casper Crew Discord back in December. I am hoping today that we get another pump up to hit my $25,000 take profit. We have been waiting all week for this. Now, we may dump, and we also may pump. We don't know what's going to happen. People are always like, Jason, what is the price going to do? It depends. It really depends. We cannot know. But today we're going to be looking at the charts and asking ourselves, what is likely to happen here? Now, as per typical, not only am I in a long trade, but I am also in a short trade, guys, from the top. The reason why I'm in two trades, holding both, with take profit set for both, is because if we dump or if we pump, I am going to be taking advantage of this volatility. Now, we also need to be aware of some things that also are happening. At 2 o'clock p.m., the announcement will be made. Right now, the market has already basically banked in a 0.25%, 25 BPS hike, okay? Now, a lot of people are saying if we get the 25 BPS, that is going to be very bullish for the market. There's also a possibility we could get a 0.5%, and people are saying 0.5%, that is going to be very bearish for the market. Here's the truth of the matter. I don't know if we can say whether or not it's going to be bullish or bearish. When we take a look at previous FOMC announcements, we can see that if one thing's for certain, they have all led to volatility of some sort. Back in June, we got a dump immediately. Then in July, we got an immediate pump with the FOMC announcement. In September, we got a very interesting pump and then dump. And then in November, this was leading up to the FTX debacle, where we got the pump and then the FTX dump. But most interestingly, guys, is the one that happened back here on December 14th. Why is this one so interesting? Well, guys, the reason why this one is so interesting is because this was considered to be bullish, right? They were raising interest rates less. They were getting more dovish. They were easing off the pressure to increase interest rates, which is good for risk assets like the stock market, like Bitcoin. However, when we take a look at what happened here, we can see that, man, we actually got a rally into the announcement, pumping, and then as soon as Jerome Powell started speaking, kabam, we got a dump down. And when we dump down, this is where we formed the low that gave us our entry for the beautiful long trade. And now, again, this is where we find ourselves. What is going to be happening? By the way, if you want to join the Casper Crew VIP Discord, where we gave the long from the bottom and the short from the top, you can go to patreon.com/JasonCasper. Also, 0% limit fees on ByBit, guys. If you want to take advantage of the volatility and you don't want to pay limit fees, it's actually a good deal. The $30,000 rewards is not really a good deal. You have to deposit like $700 billion to get that. But 0% limit fees is actually a good deal. So here's where we find ourselves, guys, and I do want to go over some different possible scenarios here. I want to start on the lower term time frames. Now, clearly we have had a very significant move to the upside here, just recently, right? We've had a very significant move to the upside, and officially now we have taken out the previous two weekly highs. So to me, this is market structure flipping bullish right now, okay? That means if we are going to get a pullback, which I am expecting a pullback, I have to be honest with you. If we are going to be getting a pullback, I'm sorry if the music's too loud, guys. Music's too loud. Apologize for the music, guys. If we are going to be getting a pullback here, there's a few things that we need to look at, okay? We have a very important support resistance flip coming in right around the pre-FTX dump area of resistance right here, where basically if we extend this back, we can see that this level was actually a very important support resistance flip coming all the way back to June, Wednesday, June 22nd, which, by the way, was the FOMC announcement, right? So when we got the FOMC announcement in June, this exact box is acting as our support, flipped into resistance, resistance, support, support, consolidation, resistance, resistance, resistance. Now we've broken out. If we're going to get a dump and pump, there's two major zones that we need to be aware that we could dump and pump from. Number one is going to be 22.3K. 22.3K is simply just taking out the lows of the range that we've been trading for the past week and a half. We have to understand that, even though the Bitcoin price hasn't been doing much, we've actually been trading very nicely within this range here, sideways range, very, very clear low, very, very clear high. And so, look at all the people who are probably long right here, who have their stop losses below here, who have their stop losses below here, who have their stop losses below here, who are waiting for a pump when this news comes out. The market hunts liquidity. So we could get a move down, just stop all those people out, grab a bunch of liquidity, and then get a move to the upside. Now, the second thing we need to be aware of is coming back to retest that FTX support resistance flip, right? This is also, if we take a look at all the volume that traded since January 13th, it's also the volume area low, right? So a very, very interesting little zone of support, potentially, for a dump and pump when we get this news. Something else that we need to be very much so aware of on the daily time frame is the fact that we are coming up to resistance, right? There's no way around the fact that we are coming up to resistance here. If we're going to be looking at volume, we can see that we have the August high right around here. Key support resistance flip. It was also a low back in May. We also have a Fibonacci golden pocket coming up right in here. And not only that, but clearly, I mean, we're just at the top of a half-year range. So we need to be aware that things could get kind of bearish here. And if we take a look at Market Cipher B, especially on the one-day time frame, we can see, honestly, potentially, guys, we could be forming a very bearish divergence here on the daily time frame where the money flow and the momentum waves are getting lower on Market Cipher B, giving us the dreaded upside down uneven butt cheek pattern here, right? Where we have the juicy left cheek and then that skinny old right cheek, just like this, just like our waitress at the diner, right? She's coming out with your coffee. She's limping along because her glutes are uneven. She's spilling your coffee all over the place. When the price is coming up to key areas of resistance, like we see right here, and then we look at Market Cipher B and we can clearly see the butt cheeks are getting lower. This is telling us we could get a real move to the downside. And notice where the tip money is, guys. Look at those Benjamins in the right pocket. It's the skinny cheek that's going to do us in. And we could potentially see this forming on the daily time frame. We could also potentially see this forming now on the 4-hour time frame right here. As we see the money flow and the momentum waves getting much lower, this could give us a move to the downside. And this is especially true, guys, if we get one last pump up in a buy the rumor, sell the news thing. When the news comes out, before Jerome Powell even speaks, we're probably going to get a lot of volatility. And then we're going to see the market do what the market wants to do here. Okay, so this is one option, right? First of all, option number one, guys, is a dump and pump. Option number two is a pump and dump. And there is an option number three. Well, obviously, there's multiple options. We could just pump straight to the moon and never come back down. I don't think that's very probable. Here's another option that I think is probable, which is we honestly just start to dump, and then we get a little relief bounce, and then we dump down even more. And the reason is because when we look at all the volume that has traded since June, we can see that we are pretty much struggling right around this volume area high right here. And the way this works is, the asset is establishing a fair value between the prices of 18.5K and about $23,000. And if we now lose that $23,000 level and we actually start trading now inside of this range with lots of volume coming in, a lot of volume coming in, a lot of selling coming in, showing us that buyers want to push the price back down, then it's actually probable that we make our way back down to the low of this volume area. And here's the thing about this volume area low. It's also a very nice confluence with the Fibonacci golden pocket. Now, we know a few things about Fibonacci golden pockets, right? They can act as resistance. Okay, the 618 Fibonacci level. 6 Juanita, the girl of my high school dreams, right? I had a huge crush on this chick, 6 Juanita. Unfortunately, I didn't realize this at the time. I was in the friend zone. I thought she actually liked me because she would laugh at my jokes and stuff, and she would let me carry her books, and she would let me do her homework for her, and all this stuff, right? Well, turns out when I asked her out, look at this, guys. She absolutely rejected me straight from the 618. But here's the thing about 6 Juanita. She's very, very shallow. She would have actually dated me, but when I asked her out, she looked over at her popular friends, the cheerleaders, doing flips on the football field. Okay? And when she saw the cheerleaders doing upside down flips on the football field, she noticed something strange about one of her popular friends' glutes. They were uneven, and she couldn't say yes to me in front of her popular friends, and that's actually what led to the rejection. Okay? But here's the thing about 6 Juanita. Because we are in the friend zone, she will be there for us for a shoulder to cry on. She will be there for support. Right? So if we make our way back down to the 618 here, with the value area low, could be a very, very nice zone of support right down here. Something else we need to keep our eyes on, guys, as we're awaiting this juicy announcement, is the ES, the S&P 500. S&P 500 right now is at a critical area of resistance, having put in a high on Friday. We watched this happen on the Friday live stream. Rejection from this monthly level. Down we go, coming back up to make a lower high, and now we're coming back in again. We need to really watch what happens here, because whatever the ES does, this is the S&P 500, a futures market, Bitcoin is going to follow, right? Whatever the ES does, Bitcoin is going to follow. If we see this thing coming down, Bitcoin's probably going to dump down as well. And so that can kind of help us know what is likely to happen. Now, look at this very interesting intersectionality right here. Okay, we have this nice intersectionality. Shout out to all my fat, white, ambiguously gendered college students majoring in trans carbon binary emission study emissions. You guys know all about intersectionality, and it's something that's very important. Why is intersectionality so important? Whenever you have multiple levels of confluence on a chart, right, like we do right here, it makes the level much more important. If we go to the weekly time frame, we can see that this yellow line of resistance is actually been our resistance since the beginning of January 2022. It was resistance in March, it was resistance in August, it was resistance again in November, it was resistance again in December, and now, for the first time, we are breaking out. Okay? So if we're going to get a big dump, we need to be aware of the intersectionality. We have multiple different colors and things coming together here. And we have a Fibonacci golden pocket, we have a high volume node, we have this trend line. This would be a breakout and a proper retest before potentially going to Pump City. So let's keep our eyes on this market, because if we dump down to one of these key supports, and we're looking at Bitcoin also dumping down to one of its key supports, and we see that the S&P 500 is getting a bounce, we might be able to say, aha, that's added confluence for Bitcoin also to get a bounce. Okay? If we start to pump right away, there's a chance, guys, that we could make our way back up to some of these very important highs that we have on the S&P 500, including but not limited to the value area high at 42.24, or even the Fibonacci golden pocket at 4,300. Okay? Also, we're going to be looking at the dollar index right here. Now, when the dollar dumps, Bitcoin pumps, as well as the stock market. Well, when I say stock market, I mostly mean indexes, right? Now, let's take a look at the dollar on the weekly, because we are coming down to a key zone of support right here. At 101.297, we have this wick on the weekly time frame where there is liquidity that can be taken. And so if we see the dollar come down here to grab the liquidity and then start to get a move up, and we also see Bitcoin playing out scenario numero uno, where it comes up high to grab the liquidity and then starts to get a move down, and we also see the S&P 500 maybe getting one last move up and then rejecting from this high, taking the liquidity and starting to get a move down. Very nice confluences to say, you know what? Bitcoin's probably in for a retrace to the downside, and the dollar is probably in for a retrace to the upside. And potentially we can look now to trade Bitcoin down to some of these lower areas of support. So shout out to everybody in the chat, guys. We are going to be looking at these markets live here. We're going to be watching the volatility. Let's check out what is happening right now in real time here in the order book. Right now, we do have trades opening up here, interestingly enough. We have a lot of positions opening right here. 8 million volume candle, 14 million volume candle right here, 6 million volume, 10 million. We do have some pretty interesting volume right here, which is interesting to see. Primarily right now, for the past, I would say, for the past hour or two, we see a lot of longs actually opening up, more longs than shorts, so to speak. We've actually seen, since the low that we put in last night, we've seen an increase of trades opening their positions. What this means is people are entering into the market. People are placing their bets on what way the market is going to go. Are we going to dump or are we going to pump? And as am I, guys, right? As am I, because as you know, I am in the long trade hoping for another pump. I have my take profit set, guys, at some pretty high levels here. My next TP is at 24K, 26,500, 29,212, and I'm short with TP set at 22.3, 21,688, and TP set all the way down to 24.52, right? Because I'm basically holding two positions, and whichever one wins out, I have my take profit set. And both of these positions, by the way, I've already insured a profit, already locked in a profit, guaranteed wins. And I'm also going to be looking for some scalps as we get the volatility coming in here. Okay, I am going to be looking at some key zones of support and resistance along the way. Make sure to like the stream, guys. Wow, we have like 1,500 people in here, 300 likes. Guys, if we can get 1,000 likes, we will be doing a giveaway at the end of the stream. So make sure to like the video. If everyone likes it right now, we will be doing a crypto giveaway. And yeah, so we really need to be paying attention to, I would say, the S&P 500, the dollar, and Bitcoin as well. Now, locally, guys, for Bitcoin, right, there are some zones that I am very much so aware of for potentially hopping into a trade. Okay, now, I would say that there's a few specific zones that I'm interested in. Basically, if we come back up just to take the highs, right? Basically, anywhere between $24,000 to $25,000. This is definitely a zone to be looking for a short. Okay, if my short gets stopped out, I will be looking for another short because of the fact that I can clearly see the upside down uneven butt cheek pattern forming right here, right? We can see the momentum waves are getting lower as the price is getting higher. And we know also 6 Juanita, the 618 Fibonacci level, is right up there, and we know she will reject us when she looks over and sees her friend staring right back in her face. Something else I would say, the two main zones that we need to be aware of for potentially hopping into a long trade are going to be number one. And this is not financial advice, paper trading only, guys. Paper trading only. Paper trading only, okay? A potential long would be if we come down and just grab all the liquidity from here with a fast buyback, we could do something like this. And then another potential long is literally coming back to this important support resistance flip between 20,400 and 20,000. I mean, it's a pretty big zone, right? There are specific levels in these areas that we have been going over in the Casper Crew VIP Discord. And honestly, in the Casper Crew Discord, we have been trading this range like crazy, longing it and shorting it like crazy in here. We are, I'm actually still in a short trade over here from yesterday, local scalp. I'm also in a local long as well, guys. I'm in a number of positions right now. All of these positions are guaranteed wins for me. I've already locked in profits. So I'm basically just going to ride this volatility out and look for more entries at some of these key zones. Okay, we do have, again, below us here, we have a very interesting zone of liquidity down here at around 21, right around 22K, right, just grabbing these lows. All right, we have a very interesting area on the chart called single prints, right? We come over to a TPO chart here, and a few days ago, we can see that on the way up here, we actually did leave behind some single prints. Let's see if we can find those. Right here. Okay, what are single prints? It basically just means like fast move up, fast move down, right? Fast move up, fast move down. But oftentimes they can act as areas of support and resistance. So when we take a look at our chart, we can see we actually have, within this zone, we do have some of these single prints that could be filled and give us some support right underneath the lows. And then, of course, we also do have, below that, more single prints, right? If we take a look at the TPO chart, we can see that underneath these single prints, around 22K, we have more single prints around 21.5. And that's giving us actually really nice confluence with the Fibonacci golden pocket as well. And this box right here, that 21.5 box, that is the pre-FTX dump support and resistance level. So perhaps if we get a fast wick down there, we might be able to scoop up a long trade from this zone as well. Now, if we start to lose this, guys, then I'm expecting much more downside. Okay? We have right now about half an hour before the announcement is made. By the way, if anybody wants to learn how to trade this way, you can check out the course at jasoncaspertrading.com. We have a 20% discount in the description of this video. This will give you that clear point A to point B comprehensive trading system, so you always know where you're looking to enter a trade, where to take profit, where to set your stop loss, and more. And if you want to join the Casper Crew VIP Discord, where we give the levels every single day, the trade setups that we're looking at every single day, multiple live streams a week, you can go to patreon.com/JasonCasper. If you want to take advantage of the volatility, guys, and trade with 0% limit fees on ByBit, link in the description, 0% limit fees. It is great for lower term time frame traders. But of course, you have to know what you're doing, because if you don't know what you're doing and you try to trade on ByBit, well, your whole life will fall apart. You'll stub your toe in the middle of the night. You'll let out a huge scream, which will wake up your baby, which will wake up your wife. Your wife will smack you in the face. You'll get really inflamed, so you won't be able to talk. You won't be able to call your boss to tell her that you're not coming into work, so your boss is going to fire you. Then when you finally do try to go to work, you're going to get a flat tire again. It's going to be a bad time. Okay, make sure you know what you're doing. I highly recommend learning what you're doing. So we are waiting here for the Bitcoin price to make a move. When the announcement is made, are we going to get the 25 BPS? Are we going to get the 50 BPS? What is going to happen? Now, again, guys, if the actual is greater than the forecast, that is good for the dollar. So right now we're forecasted for a 25 BPS rate increase, which is neutral, basically, for the dollar. If the Fed comes out more hawkish and they say, you know what, guys, inflation's getting too bad, we need to boost interest rates even higher, that is going to be good for the dollar. And we know, as we have been talking, if this dollar starts to pump like crazy, bam, we're going to see the stock market tank like crazy, bam, and we are also going to see the corn dump like crazy, kablam. It's not really going to be that good of a time. And shout out to K-Pax, by the way. And shout out to everybody in the chat. May God bless all of you in the chat. Shout out to Matt Lane. Shout out to Brian Miller. Yes, 6 Juanita. Yeah, she comes with the course. She's your personal algebra assistant. Shout out to Crypto Dino. Shout out to Jay Armo. Shout out to Quirky Data. And shout out to Eugene Mata, who got the course last night. Awesome, awesome. God bless all you guys. Shout out to J-Boy Bullish in the chat. My fellow tractor borrower. Is the music still loud, guys? I mean, we're trying to stay a little bit hype in here, right? We're trying to stay a little bit hype in here. So shout out to Stone Doubt, who says cringe overload. Well, Stone Doubt, you have come to the right channel if you want cringe overload, because this channel is based upon being a very cringy meme. So if you want cringy memes, NTA, you have come to the right place, my friend. All right, we are starting to get a pump on Bitcoin. Let's see what's happening right here. Oh my goodness, a pre-announcement pump. Oh wow. Oh my goodness, look at this massive blue candle. Have you ever seen such a thing, guys? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, let's see what's happening live in the order book right now. What is happening here? We are pumping, oh my goodness, on a massive decrease of open interest. Shorts are getting absolutely wrecked right now. Shorts are getting absolutely wrecked. Wow, look at this, 5 million shorts getting absolutely wrecked on this massive pump. As we're pumping up right now, we still have longs actually coming into the market right here. We've got longs coming in. 50,000 long trades entering, trying to long the top. More shorts getting wrecked as we have some longs coming in. Coming back to the Bitcoin chart, a second blue candle on the 6-minute time frame, absolutely pumping like a wild woman in distress right now. I can't even believe my eyes what I'm seeing. We're going to go to the 12-minute time frame. Okay, guys, now keep in mind, as we're coming up to some of these areas, we do have above us, right? We can't get overly excited right now because we do have some resistances just above. Okay, let's zoom in here so that we can see the resistances just above. Okay, wow, we're coming up above VWAP. Remember, guys, if we come up to the Fibonacci Golden Pocket, that is a zone of resistance coming at around 23.3333. Okay, so man, we're getting a pump. But keep in mind, guys, we're simply just trading a sideways range for now. No need to get overly bullish. No need to get overly bearish. Okay? Maybe it's a harbinger of what's to come. Are we going to pump or are we going to dump? I don't know. But I would say one thing. If we're going to continue with this up move here, we're going to need some longs to come in. Right now, we have about 2 million shorts opening up right now at the top. So if these shorts are overcome by longs, could be bad. We got a whole bunch of longs closing out of their positions right here. We can see this whole move up, pretty much longs and shorts closing out. Not a very strong move to the upside. Don't get overly excited here, guys. Okay, don't get overly excited here, guys. Don't get overly excited here, guys. Shout out to Mr. T. In the chat, shout out to Tehov. Yes, I am holding my positions, Tehov. I absolutely am, guys. I'm holding my short. I'm holding my long. I'm holding multiple shorts and longs on Bitcoin, guys. Okay, I'm holding my long from 16.3. I'm holding my short from 23.9. I'm holding both of these positions, locked in, guaranteed profit, stop losses at the entry. Let's see what happens here. I'm also going to be looking for new positions at the levels I just went over here. Okay? I'm in a long, I'm in a short, I'm in multiple longs, I'm in multiple shorts. Okay? We are going to be diving in here, guys. Maybe a little bit irresponsibly as well. But that is okay. 786 is going to see you today, says John Thomas. Shout out to 786. Guys, the 786 Fibonacci level, she is one tough cookie. She can beat you up, let me tell you. Shout out to Jerome Powell. This guy, the king of fiat. Look at that face. Who couldn't love this face? Shout out to Dolores, the waitress at the diner, giving us those juicy pumps. Shout out to the uneven butt cheek pattern on Market Cipher B. Okay, so let's take a look. What is the S&P 500 doing? Because honestly, this is our leading indicator for Bitcoin. I'm getting excited, guys. I have butterflies in my stomach. Okay, so we can see right now that the S&P 500, is also trading within a sideways range, right? Nothing to get too excited about yet. We can clearly see that we have a low and a high. And I would say that this zone, this level actually, 40.72, very, very important. Why so important? Because this is the volume area high of a very, very large range. Now, if we can come up here and reclaim this white line, then we might be able to come up again. Let's see what's going to happen here. Getting a little move up. Let's see what the dollar's doing. Let's come down to a lower term time frame here. Dollar is you know, it's getting a little bit of a move to the downside, but nothing too crazy here. Nothing too crazy here. All right, just got a notification from my exchange MEXC who says the Bitcoin USDT futures price has risen 0.6% in the last 15 minutes. Trade now. Trade now. Okay, Bitcoin. Again, guys, there's no reason to get overly excited here. We have about a little bit less than half an hour until this news is released. And again, guys, it could be bullish, it could be bearish, it could be neutral. Either way, we're going to get volatility. Let's not forget about what happened last time we got the FOMC announcement, right? What did happen? We rallied and then dumped. It happened right over here. And I encourage you guys, well, it's a little late now, but in the future, absolutely go mark these out on your chart. Look at how each one of these announcements acted as a catalyst for a major shift, right? For a major shift. Major dump. Major dump. Then right here, this began the rally. Right here, this began the dump. Right here, this actually took us from the high of the range back down to the low of the range. So, again, we are at resistance, guys. We are coming up to multiple zones of resistance. Very, very close. Key resistances. Depending on how we look at this, we're already at resistance. So let's be aware, guys. Let us be aware. We don't want to be caught off guard. We definitely don't want to be caught off guard here. Shout out to everybody in the chat right now on the live. What do you guys think in the poll? Shout out to J-Boy Bullish, shilling the Casper Crew VIP Discord. Am I watching the 23.4 Golden Pocket or higher? I really want higher Divine Hood, so I'm not looking to enter any real trades unless we actually come above the key zones I've marked out. So major short zone for me is going to be in this area. Okay. Major short zone for me is going to be in this box. Right? Why in this box? Because we have multiple areas of confluence. More specifically, what are they? They are these. We have a short zone number 2 right here, coming in between 24K and 24.3K. And then we have the August high. 25,211 is the August high. That is another area I will be looking for a short. And then also, guys, we have the 6 Juanita. The 6 Juanita Fibonacci right up here at 25.5, 25.6. This 6 Juanita, by the way, is the one pulled from this high back in May. Okay? And so if we do make it up to the 6 Juanita, guys, I would definitely be looking for a short from there. I just cannot ignore the fact that we are seeing some pretty dang bearish divergences on some of these higher time frames, right? The 8 hour. Look at this. Look at this. It's undeniable right here. Money flow is getting lower. We have a very large hump followed by a very skinny hump, okay? Our good friend, Miss Uneven Butt Cheeks, with the juicy left butt cheek, flowing out is the ravioli and the gravy and the ricotta cheese and the tomato sauce and the meatballs, okay? And she's also a gymnast, right? She's upside down. We know she's a gymnast. That's why 6 Juanita, right? We're in the friend zone. She's thinking about dating us, but because she's such a popular cheerleader, when she looks over at her other popular cheerleader friends doing their flips, rejection. Harsh rejection. So those are definitely areas that we need to be aware of, guys, okay? And I'm not going to be looking for a long unless we grab this low liquidity and then get a fast buyback with bullish divergences on the lower time frames. Okay, let's talk about a potential bullish scenario here. Okay, and of course, we're just talking, right? This is not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. Paper trading only. The purpose of life is to avoid all risk at all costs, right? I recommend nobody ever leave your house. If you do, make sure to cover every opening to your body, your mouth, your nose, your eyes, your ears, your anus, because you want to protect yourself from any kind of threat. The purpose of life is to avoid dying. If you can get through life without dying, you've succeeded. That's the purpose of life. We want to avoid all risk, and trading is risky, so this is all fake paper trading. I'm just a YouTuber on here, some idiot. Don't listen to me. But here's the thing. If we do come down to these lows and we grab all the liquidity right here, imagine if somebody was really looking to push the price up. If you were a whale looking to push the price up, you would need liquidity from all these stop losses that will get stopped out. And when we look at market Cipher B on the 1 hour, what can we see? What can we see potentially happening here? Do I even need to say it? Do I need to say the words? No, I don't think so. I think we can see, right? We'll be looking for a potential bounce from there also, guys. Also, let's take a look at the second zone we are very interested in. We already kind of went over this, but we know that around this area, we have key supports. Key supports, right? So we will be looking there as well, guys. And, you know, I'm holding longs already. I'm holding longs. I'm holding shorts. I'm holding multiple long trades, guys. Right now. I'm holding multiple longs. I am hoping actually for a pump and dump. Because I'm in 4 long trades. I'm in 2 short trades. 1 short trade is probably going to get stopped out at the entry very, very soon. You can see I'm short from right up here, basically, right? I'm short from 23,284. It's probably going to get stopped out at the entry, guys, right? I caught this wick last night. So I'm hoping for a pump and dump. And yes, if this trade gets stopped out at the entry, that's fine with me because it won't even be a loss, right? That's how I trade. I lock in a profit, stop loss to the entry, then I don't worry about it. But I'm really more hoping for, I'm hoping to come up high so that I can finally hit my 25,000 take profit on some of these trades I've been in for a very long time, guys. Like, how many times we've been streaming, we've been waiting to come up and hit that $25,000 zone so we can hit these TPs. And if we dump straight away, well, I'm short from the top as well, so we can come down and hit my short TPs. Right? We're really gonna be taking advantage of this volatility here, guys. We're long, we're short, we're in a schlong. Long and a short at the same time is called being in a schlong, right? They're like, Jason, is the price going to go up or is the price going to go down? My answer is always the same. Depends. Depends. And I don't care because I'm in a schlong. All right? If we're in a schlong and we're wearing our depends, we know we have maximum absorbency to avoid liquidations. If you know what I'm talking about, guys. 20 minutes until the FOMC. This is quality content right here, guys. Make sure to like the stream. Shout out to Da Vinci, my man. Was that inappropriate? Was that joke inappropriate? If you thought it was inappropriate, like the stream. If you thought it was funny, like the stream, guys. Shout out to everybody in the chat right here. Shout out to CryptoFire. TPs are in play. Shout out to JC who says schlong. Lane Hughes says schlong it, baby. Shout out to Bandit who's picking up what I'm putting down. Guys, we got about 1,700 people in here. Only about 600 likes. I think we can get 1,000 likes to do a giveaway right now. Shout out to Hetty Trips who just subscribed. Thank you so much, man. God bless you. God bless you. God bless all of you. Loves all the cringy jokes. I mean, that's what we're about, man. Honestly, the Jason Casper channel is all about memes and cringe and technical analysis. So, 3 of my favorite things in life. Not my only favorite things, of course, but... Okay, guys. We are getting a little pump on the 1 hour. Let's head down to our 7-minute. How are we doing here? Let's check out the order book again. See what's happening. We're going to go to coinanalyze.net, our free tool, just to kind of get a zoomed out view here of what has been happening. So here's the thing. We can clearly see down here, this is called open interest. What is open interest? Let's make it a little bit brighter so that we can see it here. Open interest is, are traders opening their positions or are they closing positions? When the open interest is increasing, this is telling us that traders are opening their positions. When the open interest is decreasing, this is telling us traders are closing their positions. If we get a big move down like we got right here, and the open interest is getting a big move down, this is telling us the move has been fueled by traders closing out, not by new traders opening. However, if we get a move to the upside, like we got right here, okay, it happened on an increase of open interest. We can see the open interest getting higher, right? This is telling us this move to the upside is being fueled by traders entering into the market. Now, what do we see here? We see that as price is trading sideways, consolidating in this little range for the past few days, okay? The open interest is increasing. What is this telling us? It's telling us traders are entering into positions. It's building up. It's like a pressure cooker, guys. It's like a rice cooker, all right? It's like a white rice, nice and sticky, pressure cooking in there. I love it. I love that sticky white rice. You guys know what I'm talking about. With a little bit of butter and some salt. It's real good. Maybe a little bit of hot sauce as well. Just a little bit to give it some flavor. It's like a pressure cooker. We're going to be getting some kind of crazy move in about 16 minutes on the clock, guys. And let's take a look at exactly what is happening. Okay, right now, for the past 15 minutes, we have seen a lot of indecision. Longs have taken profits in this big candle up. Some shorts have opened up here, still holding their shorts. But in general, more traders have been closing locally here than opening, okay? So, I don't know. There's nothing really much going on right here, right now. There's nothing really much going on right here, right now, but we are getting a move to the upside. Let's see what you guys are saying in the chat. Shout out to Dominic. Shout out to Javier. He bought the course yesterday. Oh man, I hope you enjoy it. I know you will. If you internalize and put that information into use, it will really, really help out a lot. Oh, that's true. Sweet rice, mango and coconut rice. Yeah, that's the good stuff, guys. That is the good stuff. Shorts are on the way. 3 minutes before 1, it's popping off, says J-Boy Bullish. All right, guys, we got a little bit less than 15 minutes. I have to be honest. I'm literally shaking right now. I don't know. I'm shaking. My palms are sweaty. My knees are weak. My arms are heavy. I mean, come on. Look at these things, guys. Of course they're heavy. All right. We're getting close to 1,000 likes. Yeah, if we get 1,000 likes, we'll be doing a giveaway at the end of the stream, guys. We'll be doing a crypto giveaway. We'll be giving away 500 USDT. 500 USDT. Smash up the likes. Can we see the long/short chart? Yeah, let's take a look at the long/short chart right now. Let's take a look at it. What's happening here? Guys, traders are closing out of their positions. Like, people are just kind of sitting on the sidelines. They're sitting on their hands, right? If people are already in trades, they're kind of waiting to see what's going to happen. Are we going to dump or are we going to pump? I don't know. I do hope we pump. I hope we get a pump and dump, right? I've been waiting. You guys who have been following my channel know I've been waiting to hit these TPs for a very, very, very long time. And if we do get a dump and pump, that's fine. I'm short from the top. And by the way, guys, the short and the long that I'm in right now, long from the bottom, short from the top, both of these trade setups were given in advance in the Casper Crew VIP Discord. Long from the bottom, short from the top. Because that's what we do. Not only are we all about memes and cringe, but we're all about technical analysis, trading these charts. Longing and shorting, schlonging it, baby. We don't sleep. We don't use the bathroom. We're wearing our Depends. We're looking for the cheeks. We're going to the diner. Shout out to my man. My man. Okay, guys, S&P 500 getting a move down, rejecting from value area high. That's not very, very bullish. Shout out to my man in the chat, Super Googly. Wow, Super Googly, an OG of the channel. Thank you for the super chat. Hey, bro, have you compared fib with Powell? I have not compared my fib with Jerome Powell's fib. But, guys, here's the thing about Fibonacci retracement tools. It doesn't matter how big it is, right? Your fib could be this long. It could be this long. It does not matter the size. It just matters if you do know how to use it. Because regardless of how big it is, it still will give you the same function, which is it can give us zones of support and resistance. Okay? Guys, I'm honest. I've got the butterflies en mi estomago to speak a little Espanol. Got to practice my bilinguality up in here. And, yeah, we're going to be watching this. This is going to pop off, man. It is going to pop off right now. The dollar is pumping, guys. The dollar is pumping. I wonder if people know something that we don't know. I wonder if somebody knows that the news is going to be bullish for the dollar. I wonder if it's going to be 0.5 basis points, guys. I wonder if it's going to be 0.5 basis points. Let's see what you guys are saying in the polls, okay? So I asked you guys, what do you think is going to happen? Most of you guys think pump and dump. Most of you guys think pump and dump, okay? This is going to be absolutely crazy, guys. Make sure to like, make sure to subscribe to the channel because we do bring the most timely cryptocurrency updates every single day and every single night. Wow, okay, so we hit 1,000 likes. So at the end of the stream, guys, we're going to be giving away 500 USDT. If we can get 3,000 likes, well, we'll make it 1,000 USDT. That would be wild. Okay, so we have about less than 10 minutes until things start to pop off, guys. A few minutes before the announcement, things are going to start to pop off. Over here on forexfactory.com, we can see priced in 25 BPS, beats per second, okay? As a metal musician, I'm all about beats per second, not about beats per minute, not about basis points. If we get 50, man, I think the dollar will pump. I think we will get a massive candle to the downside on the ES mini futures chart. Okay, let's zoom out on our ES because I want to have a comprehensive view right here. I want to have a very comprehensive view of what is happening once this news pops off. All right, we know where we have our intersectionality. Okay, right down here for the ES. If we get a move down, we're looking for a bounce right here from our intersectionality. All right, shout out to all my ambiguously gendered fat white college students majoring in trans cisgendered economic carbon emissions. I know you guys are all about the intersectionality. We have some right down here, so get stoked. We could get a nice bounce. Also, to the upside, where could we get a nice rejection? Taking out this previous high. Also, we have key levels of resistance and support above us. We want to be aware of this chart, guys. All these green boxes, we want to be aware of the chart. The dollar. We want to be aware of what? This key zone down here. We have this key zone. If the dollar starts to dump, if this is bearish news for the dollar, boom, we could get a dump. If we get a dump and pump for the dollar, we could get a pump and dump for Bitcoin as well. We're going to be watching all these charts, guys, to try and find a confluence, to try and see if we can hop into a position here on the corn and or on the, yeah, mostly just on the Bitcoin. Is what I'm really trading here. Let me clean up this chart, guys, because it is a little slop. I am going to remove some of these levels here. There we go. Wow. That makes a big difference. Now, if we start to get a big pump up, wow, we could print some bearish divs on the 12-minute. Let's actually do some cheek analysis here. We're going to be looking for some butt cheeks. If we do pump up in the next minute, guys, oh, man. How's the 12-minute looking? How's the 1 hour looking here? I think we can get some pretty bearish-looking divergences if we get another pump up here. Let's really keep our eyes on this chart. Okay, wow. I'm nervous, guys. I really am. I really, really am. Are we going to dump or are we going to pump? I don't know. All right, get ready, guys. Get ready. Crack your knuckles. All right. All right. The adrenaline's pumping, guys. I got 1, 2, 3 injections of excitement going on here. Shout out to everyone in chat. What's it going to be, guys? What's it going to be? We're about to pop off in here. Pump and dump, says Victor. Let's see. Victor, longed and shorted. Okay, be careful with that. All right. Everybody, make sure to like the stream. If we can get 3,000 likes, we'll be giving away 1,000 USDT. I'll bet you we can do it today. Okay, get ready, guys. Get ready. I'm waiting for it. We are waiting for it. Wait for it. It's about to pop off, guys. It's about to pop off. I would say in about 4 minutes or so, we're going to see a huge injection of volume. And we are going to be glued to these charts. We're going to be glued to these charts. Let's go. Let's go. Let's do this. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Shout out to Party Boy Geo in the chat. Shout out to Crypto Dan who says, too many bullish folk, have a feeling it will dump. How do we know there's going to be volatility? Because the Federal Reserve Chairman Jerome Powell, our boy JP, is going to be opening up his mouth, talking about things, just talking for the sake of talking. He's not really going to say much, but it's going to affect the markets. And here we are, 5 minutes to midnight, as we are about to experience the move of a lifetime. Get ready, fasten your seatbelts, guys. It is going to be a wild, wild ride. Five minutes until the announcement, but oftentimes, as my boy J-Boy Bullish says, the market knows. Shout out to Elements of Sound TV. Shout out to Tino from Traders Reality. Come on, make your move. What's it going to be? What's the market maker going to do right now? Ladies and gentlemen, we've got the vector candles. The market maker wants the retail trader to FOMO long. Meanwhile, the market maker's building his shorts. Let's see what's going to happen. Oh, man. Here we go, guys. Here we go. Oh, man. Get ready. Get ready for massive incoming volatility. Oh, wow. I can feel it in my bones, guys. Get ready. Get ready. (1:57 p.m.) In 3 minutes, it's official, guys. And we're going to watch this candle boom. And then we're going to go and look and see what the news was. Because we're not going to know. We're not going to know what the news was. Shout out to everybody who liked the stream. May God bless everybody watching right now. Alright, let's see what's going to happen. Are we going to dump or are we going to pump, guys? Are we going to dump or are we going to pump? The reason why I have the screen so zoomed out is because past FOMCs, guys, we were zoomed in and it happens and you can't even see the candle. It just shoots right off the screen. So let's get ready for this. Let's get ready. Here we go. Here we go. It's like we're ready. It's like we're waiting for the roller coaster to start. You know what I'm saying? The adrenaline's pumping, guys. I'm getting heart palpitations. Man, this is going to be wild. I can feel it already. It's 1:58 p.m. Do you know where your children are? I know where mine are. They're upstairs. All right. All right. Shout out to Mark B. Shout out to Divine Hood. Do I have TP set? Oh, yes, I have TP set for the long and TP set for the short, guys. I have TP set for the longs and the shorts. Okay, here we go. 1:58. We're getting a little bit of a move to the upside right here. 1:59. Here we go. Are we going to get a pump and dump? Let's see what's going to happen. 1:59 p.m. I hope something happens, guys. The suspense is killing me. If this is it, I'll be very disappointed. 1:59 p.m. Oh my goodness. We're getting some volatility. The candle is moving. We got a little bit of a move to the downside. Now we're starting to get a little bit of a move to the upside here. Okay, what is going to happen? 1:59 p.m. All right, it's almost 2 o'clock. It's 2 o'clock, guys, and we're getting a move to the downside. We're starting with a big move down. Purple candle to the downside. Now we're starting to get a move back up. Blue candle to the upside. Blue candle starting to pump. Starting to pump like crazy. Are we going to get a pump or are we going to get a dump? I don't know. Indecision right now. Indecision. Complete indecision. People don't know what is going on. Let's watch and see what is going to happen with this candle here, guys. All right, we're starting to get a little bit of volatility. Blue candle to the upside, guys. A big Pfizer blue pump candle. All right. Now we're doing nothing, guys. We're doing nothing right now. Come on, baby. Come on, Jerome Powell. Jason Casper needs some crazy volatility coming into these markets right now. Come on. Come on. What the heck is this? Come on. Come on. What the heck is this? Have you guys ever seen such a thing? Let's get a massive pump going on right now. Okay, here we go. Can we pump? What is the S&P 500 doing, guys? S&P 500 is getting a little nothing right now as well. How about the dollar? Whoa, dollar getting a big move to the downside, big wick to the downside. S&P 500 getting a small little wick to the upside. Bitcoin now getting a move to the upside. Oh my goodness, here we go, guys. Here we go. We're launching off into the stratosphere. We're coming up to the first zone of resistance that we have right here. Can we break through? I think we can. Let's check out the S&P 500. What is happening with this thing? We need to be aware of it. What is the S&P 500 doing right now? It's really not doing anything, guys. This is actually a big surprise. Is this whole thing a dud? The dollar getting a move to the downside on the 6-minute time frame. We have a big shooting star candle to the downside on the dollar. Right here. Again, we want to see the dollar come down to support. We want to see the S&P 500 come up to resistance. We want to see Bitcoin getting a move to the upside right now. Oh my goodness, blue candles popping off right now. Here we go, baby. Here we go. Getting a move up, getting a move back down. Move up, move down. Move up, move down. Are we going to dump? Are we going to pump? I don't know. I don't know. Come on, Bitcoin. Come on. Come on, S&P 500. Come on. S&P 500 is actually not able right now to hold, to claim this resistance. The dollar starting to get a move back to the upside. Bitcoin starting to get a move back down to the downside. What is happening right now? Indecision on the markets. Indecision in the markets. Oh my goodness. I've never seen an FOMC like this before, guys. I've actually never seen one like this before. Oh my goodness. Papa Casper. Papa Casper, we're live and it's the FOMC news announcement, man. Do you have anything you want to say to the people out here? Wait, hang on. You got new teeth?
Yeah.
What happened to your old teeth?
Oh, I lost them. They got liquidated from Carl from the Moon. I took some bad advice.
Oh my goodness, you took advice from Carl from the Moon and you got liquidated and now you had to sell your teeth?
Yeah, and look, they're removable.
They're removable. I don't think people can't really see. Let's see. Can you guys see Papa Casper's teeth? Guys, we are getting a weird candle right here. Papa Casper, I have to be honest with you. Jerome Powell is making an announcement here about the interest rates, and we're waiting for some volatility to come in, but we're kind of doing nothing here. Do you know why this is the case? Do you expect a big pump or a big dump?
I expect a big pump. That's exactly what I expect, especially since I got my teeth back.
Okay, you heard it from Papa Casper. He got his teeth back after getting liquidated listening to Carl from the Moon. He expects a big pump. Let's go, Papa Casper. I love you, man. I will talk to you later, all right?
All right, bye, y'all.
Bye, y'all. Bye. All right, guys. Here we go. Let's see if anything comes of this. This is literally the strangest FOMC announcement I have ever seen in my life, guys. Pretty much nothing too big is happening right now. Nothing too big is happening. Shout out to everybody in the chat right now, sticking with me through this strange move. Let's check out what is happening now on an order flow chart, guys. Okay, so wow, right now we had a lot of longs basically closing out of their positions. We've had a lot of longs closing out of their positions. Open interest is decreasing right now. That's crazy. 53 million traders out of their position right here. And we haven't really gotten that much volatility. We have not gotten that much volatility. Okay, so we're starting to get a little bit more of a move to the downside here. But as you can see, we've had a big decrease of open interest. Traders are closing their positions. I guess all the long traders who thought we were going to go right to the moon, they're like, screw this, I'm out. Okay, now we're starting to get a little move to the upside, just consolidating around VWAP. Nothing too crazy going on right now. Purple candles to the downside in general. How's the dollar? Dollar getting a move to the upside. How's the S&P 500 getting? Not much, guys. Not much. The suspense is killing me, guys. It's like the time I asked 6 Money to out and she took a very long time to respond before saying no. So, unfortunately, I have never had a girlfriend since that time. Yeah, what the heck is going on with this, guys? What the heck is going on with this? I'm scared to look away from the chart because I feel like the volatility is going to come eventually. All right, so we got 25 BPS. The news came out, 25 BPS. JP will be on in 25 minutes, guys, and we're going to hear what he has to say. Maybe once he starts talking, we can get some volatility. It's neutral news, I guess. We were expecting 25 BPS. We were expecting it to happen. But last time when we got what we expected, it led to a very volatile move. Okay, so very interesting stuff here. JP will be on at 2:30 right now. We have about half an hour. We are going to be watching him live here, guys. We're going to be watching him live, listening to him live as we watch this price action to see if there's going to be any volatility happening right here. Okay, we're starting to get a move to the upside. And the S&P 500 as well, starting to get a little wick to the upside. A little wicka, chicka, slim shady up in here. And let's check out the dollar. Dollar's pumping as well. S&P 500. Doji candle. Bitcoin. Doji candle. Purple candle. This is not what I was expecting, guys. Not what I was expecting at all in any way, shape, or form. But I am excited to hear Jerome Powell speak. And I'm excited to hear it. Maybe we'll get some volatility coming in here, guys. Maybe we'll get some volatility coming in. We're still in our longs. We're still in our shorts, guys. We're still in all our trades. We're still in our longs. We're still in our shorts. We're getting a pump. Now we're getting a massive pump. Okay, let's see what's going to happen, guys. Remember, I'm hoping to finally hit the TP on the trade that I am in from $16,300 over here on Bitcoin. I'm also short from the top on Bitcoin. I'm hoping for a big move. I've been waiting for this volatility to kick in now for a very, very long time. Both the trade setups given in advance in the Casper Crew VIP Discord. Come on. We need some follow through here. We need some follow through. Enough of this. Enough. Enough, Bitcoin. I've had it with you. I've had it with you. Okay, here we go, baby. Here we go. Let's see if we can get a pump. We need to watch these charts very carefully. I hope you guys all have your iPads out and ready to go so that you can trade and watch and do all these things, guys. What is going on in the chat, everybody? Shout out to everybody in the chat right now. Shout out to Chris Higgins, says the dollar is dumping. Why is the DXY pumping like that? I don't know. It was all priced in. Am I stopped out of my trades Bitcoin game? No, literally nothing's happened. So all my trades are still open and in the same exact place that they were. Yeah. Kind of a little bit of a bum. A little bit of a Chris Bumstead, guys. All right, let's check out the DXY. DXY getting a dump. Massive dump on the 6-minute time frame. Massive dump. Have you ever seen a dump as big as 0.414%? Wow. The ES mini futures market as well getting a little move to the upside. Again, what are the key levels for us here? We want to reclaim 40.90 to get more upside. If we're going to get a move to the downside, we're looking for support at 39.50. Bitcoin doing nothing, guys. What in the world? Jerome Powell, we need an explanation, my friend. Jerome Powell, we need an explanation. How is your boy supposed to long and short if there's no volatility? Oh my goodness. It truly starts at 2:30. Well, let's see, B. Tyler, because typically we get that big move before 2:30. Make sure to like the stream, guys. Let's see if we can get the likes up to the watchers. We have about 2,000 watchers, about 1,300 likes. This is wild. Shout out to Ruba A. First time watching, Ruba A. God bless you. Thank you so much for spending your time here. Make sure to like and subscribe. Make sure to click the bell for notifications. We are bringing the content, guys. We are bringing the content. The most timely updates, multiple videos a day. Case and Destroy says, according to the 4-hour chart, buy back in around 3 to 5 p.m. Shout out to Robert Bonar in the chat, man. Thank you so much, Robert, for being here, bro. Best YouTube mod in the world. They always prove retail wrong, this time about volatility. Yeah, maybe. 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 Wow. This is wild, guys. This is wild. Just trading the same old range. We had much more volatility yesterday. All right, so in about 20 minutes, 19 minutes, JP, our man, JP is going to speak. He's going to be talking about the changes that are happening to the financial system. What's the effect going to be? Really depends. We can't know for certain. He's going to tell us what he thinks. He's going to tell us what he thinks. Good old JP. All right, let's check out Forex Factory. Let's refresh this page here, guys. Okay, we got it. We got it. 25 basis points. Exactly as predicted. And now we await the FOMC press conference at 2:30 p.m. If Jerome Powell comes out dovish, that's actually good for crypto. That could actually give us more of a move to the upside in the coming week. We will have to wait and see, guys. As we are getting a massive blue candle to the upside, let's check out our order flow. What is happening right now in the heat of the moment? Nothing, guys. We have some shorts, some longs opening up. Volume is pretty high. I mean, 10 million volume, 3 million volume right here. We've got traders opening up positions. They're like, what is going on? Jerome Powell, please, we need to hear you talk. We need to know, is the price going to dump? Is the price going to pump? Look at that face. He looks hawkish, doesn't he? He looks like a hawk. Looks like a hawk coming down. Caw, caw, to come and get ya. All right, we've got some shorts opening up right here. We've got some longs opening up right here. 5 million volume, 10 million volume. We've got traders opening up. We've got some new trades, new open interest increasing. It's a battle. We've got shorts and longs coming in. 5 million candle, 5 million total volume. We have about 1 million more longs and shorts. 1 million more longs than shorts out of all 6 million. So right now the market is trying to push that price to the upside. Let's see what's going to happen. We have 2.5 million longs opening up right here at the price of $23,080. We also have a good amount of shorts coming in as well. We can see shorts and longs coming in. We can see open interest increasing. We can see CVD is getting higher here. That means people are trying to long. It's not doing very much for the market. Let's see. Let's take a look at some other exchanges here. Let's take a look at Binance. So on Binance right now, looks like, yeah, definitely more longs than shorts coming in here. All right, let's check out what is happening with the USDT pair on ByBit, because we can clearly see right now we've got a big increase of open interest. Traders are opening up about equal. Let's see what's happening on another exchange, ByBit USDT pair. Let's see what those guys are doing on USDT. All right. Well, it looks like, wow. Yeah, we got actually a lot more longs coming in here. 7.9 million longs coming in on the USDT in this candle right here, right on VWAP, literally longing right into VWAP. Definitely not the best place to be taking a long, guys. Right now, if we're trying to buy low and sell high. All right. All right. Back to our chart. We're starting to get a little bit of a move to the downside. Are we going to dump? Is a massive dump coming? Is a massive, massive dump coming, guys? I don't know. We've been holding this range. Really depends. Let's see what happens. Dolores, she's silent. She has nothing to say. She has nothing to say. We haven't pumped. We haven't dumped. Six Juanita, she has nothing to say either. We don't even have the courage to ask her out on a date. And the 786 Fibonacci, we haven't even had the courage to ask her out on a date either. Jerome Powell speaking in about 15 minutes, 14 minutes. He's going to go live. We're going to check it out live on the stream. We're going to be listening, hanging on every word that comes out of this man's mouth, because the future of our trades depends upon this very moment, guys. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Long squeeze, says Jorge. Mini Toog says dump it. Lane Hughes says it's really hard to call from here. I know, right, Lane Hughes? This is very difficult, guys. All right, JP, about to come out. About to come out. Man, what is going to be happening here? Let's go to our 4-hour time frame, our good favorite. Very, very difficult to say. Market Cipher B looking indecisive as we just continue to chill in this range. Wow. Shocking. This is honestly the most shocking FOMC I have ever seen in my life. Well, at least within the past half a year. Okay, well, let's see what you guys have to say now in the chat. Shout out to everybody in the chat here. I love all of you guys. May God bless all of you. Golden Bodybuilding needs some cheat meals. I know, right? This is the kind of thing that makes you want to go to McDonald's and eat a cheeseburger, right? What is the plan? If this or if that? Well, Chris, the plans are if we start to pump, we're looking for shorts. If we start to dump, we're looking for longs. But right now, we just need something, right? We've gone over the levels. We've gone over the scenarios. We've been waiting for, now we're waiting for JP, the man, to come out and start flapping his gums around there. The J-Dog rug pulled us all. Yeah, this is a very strange live stream, guys. You know, I have to be honest with you. Like, this is very strange. Like, yeah, shout out to Side of Clouds, most shocking FOMC of the whole year. Shout out to Sean. Shout out to Bully Barry in the chat. Shout out to Digital World. I feel you, Digital World. What in the world is going on here? What in the digital world is going on? We're waiting for the FOMC announcement, guys. We were hoping for a pump. We were hoping for a massive pump, okay? Your boy, Jason Casper, has been long for months. Not months, about a month. I've been short. I'm waiting for volatility to come on through here. Still holding the trades, guys. Holding them, waiting for this volatility to come through. Right? These are my swing trades that I've been looking at. You know, swing long, swing short, setups given in advance in the Casper Crew VIP Discord. I'm also in other trades as well. I'm in other longs. I'm in other shorts and longs. I'm waiting for this volatility. I'm looking for scalps. I'm looking for entries. I'm in trades. Come on, Jerome Powell, you're supposed to pump my bags today, man. JP, I thought we had a deal going on, buddy. By the way, guys, 0% limit fees on ByBit if you are interested, if you know what you're doing. If you don't know what you're doing and you try to trade on ByBit, you're going to burn your tongue on a hot cup of coffee, and you're not going to be able to taste anything for the rest of the week. And it's really going to suck. But if you know what you're doing, 0% limit fees is great for scalping on lower time frames, guys. Like what we did yesterday in yesterday's live stream where we were scalping the range. It really helps if you have 0% limit fees. If you're not interested or you don't know what you're doing, please don't click the link. Only for people who actually know what they're doing. It is a good deal. Also, guys, 20% discount on both trading courses, the advanced course as well as the basic course, if you want to learn how to do this systematically. Also, if you want to join the community where we give the levels and the trade setups every single day, Monday through Friday, you can go to patreon.com/Jason Casper to join the best trading community in the world. when it comes to crypto, at least during the bear market. We are the best trading community during this bear market. Because we're a family. Pump to 22 and dump to 25. That's what I want. That's what I want. Shout out to Robert Bonar, shilling the links in the chat. You're the man. $10-minute volatility. Win a discount on the VIP Discord. Guys, the VIP Discord is in constant discount. We provide more value in that community than any other trading community, period. And we're stepping it up this month. Next week, we're going to be stepping it up, providing market updates live 3 times a day for every single market session open, as well as many expert traders posting their analysis every single day, multiple times a day. So for the value, man, it is very discounted, let me tell you. And I don't say that to toot my own trumpet, but we're all about providing the value. All right, so let's see. Shout out to Social Missionary. He wants Bitcoin to 30K soon. I hope that happens. I hope we get a 30K very soon. So in about 8 minutes, guys, JP is going to be giving us his commentary on the interest rates. Shout out to Lane Hughes. Shout out to Ryan Biggs. Says completely badass Discord. Shout out to everybody who says the Discord is great. Alright, alts are pumping. CV, very small CVD divergences on the 1 minute. Let's check out some CVD divergences here, guys. Let's see what's going on. What kind of CVD divergences do we see? Bullish? We do see open interest increasing. Let's go into our laser focused trend reversal chart. We do see some shorts opening up here. We do see some shorts opening up here. Not too many. About 800,000 shorts opening up below VWAP. And some of them are all actually already under the water here. We did have a lot of shorts open up right in this zone. In fact, right in this candle right here, we had about... It's about equal, guys. We actually had positive delta on this candle here, so nothing too crazy to write home about. Are we going to pump? Are we going to dump? Let's go back to our 5-minute time frame. We definitely have the shorts opening up here, guys. Capitulation is coming. Are we going to get that wick down to 12K? Can you guys imagine? This would be the most crazy stream of a lifetime if we wick down to 12K, man. And if we do, you know your boy has limit orders on spot down there trying to scoop up as much Bitcoin as possible. You know, every 1 Bitcoin you plant will give you hundreds of Bitcoins when you reap. A man soweth what he reapeth. If you sow the corn, you will reap the corn. You know what I'm saying? That's true. Shout out to Robert Bonar. Yeah, all previous FOMCs have had crazy volatility. Shout out to Overcome for the super chat. God bless you, bro. In Jesus' name, I pray you are very, very blessed, my friend. 12-minute bear div. Okay, let's see if we get some kind of... Yeah, we do have a 12-minute bear div. We technically do have the upside down uneven butt cheek pattern on the 12-minute here, guys. 5 minutes until our man, JP, speaks. Our man, JP, is going to start speaking soon. You guys can clearly see, as even if we go to like the 24-minute time frame, we can see that potentially we are going to be forming a very uneven, upside down, uneven butt cheek pattern here, with the left cheek nice and big, the right cheek unexistent, upside down Dolores at the diner. Let's see if we get any follow through on this bearish divergence here. Let's see, guys. Indecision. We have slightly, maybe potentially bullish CVD, maybe not, not really. We have some uneven butt cheek upside down patterns on the 12-minute time frame. Our boy is going to start talking in 5 minutes. We are going to be listening, hanging on every word that this man has to say. February 1st, 2023. Let's get it, guys. Let's get it. Let's get that juicy Bitcoin. Shout out to Nazir YouTube. Thank you so much for the super chat. May God bless you, my friend. May God bless you. Red Rue says the dollar is heading up. They just confirmed 5 minutes till. Okay, 5 minutes till, guys. It's 2:26 p.m. right now. Our boy JP is going to start talking. Let's see. We're going to listen to the elevator music now. Nice. This sounds official. Uh-oh. What happened to our music? Oh, I guess it's not really live. Hang on. We might have to refresh this here. All right. Here we are. Pictures being taken. This is the most legit thing I've ever seen in my life. We're waiting for him. I feel like I'm there in the room.
Good afternoon and welcome. My colleagues and I understand the hardship that high inflation is causing, and we are strongly committed to bringing inflation back down to our 2% goal. Over the past year, we've taken forceful actions to tighten the stance of monetary policy. We've covered a lot of ground, and the full effects of our rapid tightening so far are yet to be felt. Even so, we have more work to do. Price stability is the responsibility of the Federal Reserve and serves as the bedrock of our economy. Without price stability, the economy does not work for anyone.
All right, let's see what is going to happen.
In particular, without price stability, we will not achieve a sustained period of labor market conditions that benefit all.
All right, we're getting a little bit of a move to
Today,
the downside,
the
just a little bit
FOMC
here.
raised our policy interest rate by 25 basis points. We continue to anticipate that ongoing increases will be appropriate in order to attain a stance of monetary policy that is sufficiently restrictive to return inflation to 2% over time. In addition, we are continuing the process of significantly reducing the size of our balance sheet. Restoring price stability will likely require maintaining a restrictive stance for some time. I will have more to say about today's monetary policy actions after briefly reviewing economic developments.
All right.
The U.S. economy slowed
downside
significantly
here.
last year, with real GDP rising at a below-trend pace of 1%. Recent indicators point to modest growth of spending and production this quarter. Consumer spending appears to be expanding at a subdued pace, in part reflecting tighter financial conditions over the past year.
And we're at local support.
Activity
Let's
in
see
the
if we
housing
come down
sector
lower. All right,
continues
let's
to
see if we-
weaken,
okay, there we
largely
go.
reflecting
Now we're
higher
jumping.
mortgage rates.
Right into the golden pocket.
Higher interest rates and slower output growth also appear to be
Bouncing
weighing
from the
on
golden
business
pocket a little
fixed
bit.
investment. Despite the slowdown in growth, the labor market remains extremely tight, with the unemployment rate at a 50-year low, job vacancies still very high, and wage growth elevated. Job gains have been robust, with employment rising by an average of 247,000 jobs per month over the last 3 months. Although the pace of job gains has slowed
All right,
over
S&P
the course of
500
the
getting
past
moved
year
to the
and nominal
downside.
wage growth has shown
Dollar
some
getting moved
signs
to
of
the
easing,
upside.
the labor market continues to be out of balance.
Bitcoin getting a slight move
Labor
to the
demand
downside.
substantially exceeds the supply of available workers, and the labor force participation rate has changed little from a year ago.
Looks like the bearish dip played out in the 12 minutes.
Inflation remains well above our longer run goal
And,
of 2%.
you know, if
Over
we're
the
gonna be
12
honest,
months ending in December,
We could be printing
total
some bullish
PCE
divergences
prices
here on the
rose
12 minute.
5.0%.
This is definitely not as volatile as
Excluding the volatile food and energy categories, core
Previous
PCE prices
FOMC
rose
meetings here.
4.4%. The inflation data received over the past 3 months show a welcome reduction in the monthly pace of increases. And while recent developments are encouraging, we will need substantially more evidence to be confident that inflation is on a sustained downward path. Despite elevated inflation, longer-term inflation expectations appear to remain well anchored, as reflected in a broad range of surveys of households, businesses, and forecasters, as well as measures from financial markets. But that's not grounds for complacency. Although inflation has moderated recently, it remains
All
too
right, well,
high.
you know what? I think I'm going to be the
The
sign
longer the
language
current
guy.
bout of high inflation continues,
I'll be the sign language
the
guy.
greater the chance that expectations of higher inflation will become entrenched. The Fed's monetary policy actions are guided by our mandate to promote maximum employment and stable prices for the American people. My colleagues and I are acutely aware that high inflation imposes significant hardship as it erodes purchasing power, especially for those least able to meet the higher costs of essentials like food, housing, and transportation. We are highly attentive to the risks that inflation poses to both sides of our mandate, and we are strongly committed to returning inflation to our 2% objective. At today's meeting, the committee raised the target range for the federal funds rate by 25 basis points, bringing the target range to 4.5 to 4.75%. And we are continuing the process of significantly reducing the size of our balance sheet.
All right, so we're bouncing from the golden pocket
With
now.
today's action, we have raised interest rates by 4.5 percentage points over the past year. We continue to anticipate that ongoing increases in the target range for the federal funds rate will be
Well,
appropriate
this is a little
in
underwhelming,
order to
guys,
attain
for
a
me.
stance of monetary policy that is sufficiently restrictive
Unless
to
we start
return
to really
inflation to
pump like
2%
crazy
over
right now.
time. We are seeing the effects of our policy actions on demand in the most interest-sensitive sectors of the economy, particularly housing. It will take time, however, for
I
the
got
full
stopped at that
effects
one
of
long I was in,
monetary
too.
restraint to be realized, especially on inflation. In light of the cumulative tightening of monetary policy and the lags with
Still
which
in a few
monetary
trades
policy
locally.
affects economic
Still in a few
activity
local
and
trades here.
inflation, the committee decided to raise interest rates by
I really
25
wanted to take
basis
profit.
points
I
today,
really wanted to lose it.
continuing the step
If we're not
down
going to lose
from
this,
last
that's actually
year's
pretty dang
rapid
bullish.
pace of increases.
Seriously, if we're not going to come
Shifting
down
to a
here,
slower
that
pace
is
will
bullish.
better allow the
Let's check out
committee
what's
to
happening
assess
in
the
the order
economy's
flow right now.
progress toward our goals as we determine the extent of future
Big
increases that will be
decrease of open
required
interest, whole bunch of
to
longs
attain a
wrecked.
sufficiently restrictive
And now we've got
stance.
some longs coming in. We got 7
We
million
will
longs
continue to make
longing
our
right
decisions
here.
meeting by meeting, taking
Out
into
of
account
13
the
million,
totality of
there's
incoming data
7.5
and their
more
implications for the outlook
longs.
for economic activity and
And wow,
inflation.
look at this.
We have been
basically
taking
15 million
forceful
trades
steps to
absolutely wrecked
moderate
right here.
demand so that it comes into better
All right, let's
alignment
pump
with
now.
supply.
Let's pump.
Our
it.
overarching focus is using our
pump it
tools
so that
to
we can
bring
get into a
inflation
juicy
back down
short.
to our 2% goal and to keep longer-term inflation expectations well anchored.
Wow, look at this, guys. Look at
Reducing
this.
inflation is likely to require a period of below-trend growth and some softening of labor market conditions. Restoring price stability is essential to set the stage for achieving maximum employment and stable prices over the longer run. The historical record cautions strongly against prematurely loosening policy. We will stay the course until the job is done.
Let's go,
To
baby.
conclude,
Looks like we're going to pump
We
now.
understand that our actions affect
How's the
communities,
dollar?
families, and businesses across the
Dollar's
country.
dumping. All right, cool.
Everything we do is in service to our public
S&P
mission.
pumping.
We at the
Bitcoin
Fed will do everything
pumping.
we can
Let's go.
to achieve our maximum employment and price stability goals. Thank you, and I look forward to your questions.
Chris.
Chris Rugaber, the Associated Press. Thank you for doing this. As you know, financial conditions have loosened since the fall, with bond yields falling, which has also brought down mortgage rates, and the stock market posted a solid gain in January. Does that make your job of combating inflation harder? And could you
All
see
right,
lifting
let's
rates
go.
higher
We are pumping right now.
than you otherwise would?
So let's
to
see if we can
offset
get a
the
big move
increase
to the upside.
in-
We have
or to
uneven butt
offset
cheeks
the
on the
easing of financial
24-minute time
conditions?
frame right here.
So it is important that overall financial conditions continue to reflect the policy restraint that we're putting in place in order to bring inflation down to 2%. And of course, financial conditions have tightened very significantly over the past year. I would say that our focus is not on short-term moves, but on sustained changes to broader financial conditions. And it is our judgment that we're not yet at a sufficiently restrictive policy stance, which is why we say that we expect ongoing hikes will be appropriate. Of course, many things affect financial conditions, not just our policy. And we will take into account overall financial conditions along with many other factors as we set policy.
Rachel.
Hi, Chair Powell. Thank you for taking our questions. Rachel Siegel from the Washington Post. Over the last quarter, we've seen a deceleration in prices, in wages, and a fall in consumer spending, all while the unemployment rate has been able to stay at a historic low. Does this at all change your view of how much the unemployment rate would need to go up, if at all, to see inflation come down to the levels you're looking for?
So I would say it is a good thing that the disinflation that we have seen so far has not come at the expense of a weaker labor market. But I would also say that
This looks
disinflationary
bullish,
process
man.
that you now see underway is really at an early stage. What you see is really in the goods
But we
sector,
do have to be aware
you
of the
see
fact that we
inflation
can very quickly
now
print
coming down
bearish divs as well.
because supply chains have been fixed, demand is shifting back to services, and shortages have been abated. So you see that in the housing services sector. We expect inflation to continue moving up for a while, but then to come down, assuming that new leases continue to be lower. So in those two sectors, you've got a good story. The issue is that we have a large sector called non-housing service, core non-housing services, where we don't see disinflation yet. But I would say that so
This
far,
chick, man, that
what we
chick,
see
what the heck?
is progress, but without any weakening in labor market conditions.
Has your
Go ahead.
Has your expectation for where the unemployment rate might go changed since December?
You know,
All right,
we're going to
baby.
write down new forecasts at the March meeting, and we'll see at that time. I will say that it is gratifying to see the disinflationary process now getting underway, and we continue to get strong labor market data.
All right.
So, but, you know, we'll update those forecasts in
Bitcoin
March.
is getting a move to the upside right now, guys. We are absolutely pumping. Wow.
Chair Powell, Neil Irwin with Axios.
Wow. Here we
You
go,
and some of
baby.
your colleagues have
Here we
emphasized
go.
The possibility that job openings could come down. And
Let's see if we hit our
let some of the air
TPs.
out of the labor market without major job losses. We saw the opposite in the December jolts this morning. Job openings actually rising. That also has coincided with slowdown in wage inflation. Do you believe
The
that
XY is
openings are
making
an
a lower
important
low.
indicator to be
Oh,
studying
my
to
goodness.
understand where the labor market is and where wage
This is
inflation might be?
insane. The dollar is
So
dumping.
you're right about the data, of course.
S&P is pumping.
We've seen average hourly earnings, and now the employment cost index.
All right, man,
abating a
let's
little bit,
go.
still off of
Let's
their
see
highs
what
of
happens
6
here.
months ago and more, but still at levels that are
Let's see if we
fairly
can get up to
elevated.
some of our key zones.
The job openings number in JOLTS has been quite volatile recently, and I did see that it moved back up this morning. I do think that it's probably an important indicator. The ratio, I guess, is back up to 1.9.
My short's about to get
job
stopped out.
openings
That's okay.
To unemployed people.
I
who are
just
looking
hit
for work.
another little TP on my long
It's
here.
an indicator, but nonetheless, you're right. We do see wages moving down. If you look across the rest of the labor market, you still see very
Short's
high,
about to be stopped.
Payroll job creation, and quits are still at an elevated
Short is officially
level.
stopped.
So by many indicators, the job market is still very strong.
In profit.
Go to Colby and then Howard.
All right, let's go, baby. Let's pump it.
Thank you. Colby Smith
Let's
with the
see if we
Financial
can hit some
Times.
TPs here.
Given the economic data since the
I
December
got a TP
meeting,
at
is the
23,970.
trajectory for the
Let's
Fed
go,
funds
baby.
rate
Let's
in the most
see if we can
recent
hit that,
S&P
man.
Still the best guidepost
Come on, Bitcoin, come
for the
on.
policy path forward?
Come on, JP.
Or does ongoing now mean more than 2 rate rises now?
So you're right. At the December meeting, we all wrote down our best estimates of what we thought the ultimate
Wow,
level
we got
would be, and that's
altcoins going
obviously
crazy
back in
right now.
December, and the median for that
Let's
was
check out
between
ETH.
5 and 5.25%.
ETH, okay, not too
At
much.
the
Let's
March
check out
meeting, we're
Litecoin.
going to update those assessments. We did not update
Litecoin
them
is
today.
ripping right now.
We did, however, continue to say that we believe
Chainlink
ongoing rate hikes
ripping.
will be appropriate to attain a
Polkadot
sufficiently
ripping,
restrictive
Matic
stance of policy to bring inflation back down to 2%.
Ripping.
We think we
Cardano.
covered a lot of ground. And
Ripping
financial
as well.
conditions have certainly tightened. And I would say
All right, Bitcoin, come on, Bitcoin. We do need
we still
need
think
that
there's
higher
work
high.
to do there.
We do.
We haven't made a
We need that
decision
higher
on-
high.
on
Come on.
exactly where that will be.
Come on.
I think we're going to be looking carefully at the incoming data between now and the March meeting and then the May meeting.
All right, we're coming up to the golden
I
pocket
don't
here.
feel a lot of
Six
certainty
Juanita.
about where that will be. It could certainly be higher than we're writing down right now. If we come to the view that we need to write down to move rates up beyond what we said in December, we
Let's
would
check
certainly
out what
do
is
that.
happening here
At the
on
same time,
the-
if the data come in the other direction, then we'll make data dependent.
Okay, wow. The dollar just took the low, guys.
guys.
The dollar just took the
Follow-up,
low.
How are you viewing the kind of balance of risk between
Actually,
those
it
two
didn't take the low
options
yet,
of,
but it's coming down very
the
close.
likelihood of maybe falling short of that or going
S&P
beyond
500
that
just
level?
put in a higher high.
I guess I would
Okay,
say
so
it
let's
this
be
way.
really watching this because,
I continue to think that
Let's really be watching. What's the
it's
dollar
very
going to do
difficult
here?
to manage the risk of doing too
kinda
little
watch this
and
dollar
finding
here.
out in 6 or 12 months that we actually were close but didn't get the job done, and inflation springs back and we have to go back in, and now you really do worry about expectations getting unanchored and that kind of thing. This is a very difficult risk to manage. Whereas, of course, we have no incentive and no desire to
Wow.
over-tighten, but we
We have people
if we feel like
shorting
we're
right
going
here.
too
We have
far,
some
can
shorts
certainly-
coming in right
we
here.
could and inflation is coming down faster than we expect.
And some longs
then
closing
we have
out.
tools that would work on that. So I do think that in this situation where we have still the
Okay,
highest
that's
inflation
crazy.
in 40 years,
There
the
we go.
job is not
Dollar
fully
just took
done.
the low.
As I
Dollar
mentioned-
has just
started to
taken that
mention
low.
earlier, we have a
Look at that.
sector that represents 56% of the core
Look
inflation
at that.
index where we
Okay,
don't see
S&P putting in a higher
disinflation yet.
high here.
So
Let's go, Bitcoin. Let's see
we
if
don't see
Bitcoin
it. It's
can't
not
take out some of
happening
these
yet.
highs.
Inflation in core services X housing is still running at 4% on a 6 and 12-month basis. So there's nothing happening.
Let's see if
there. In the
Bitcoin
other
can't
two
take some of
sectors
these highs,
represented,
guys.
Less than 50%. You actually, I think, now have a story that is credible, that's coming together. Although you don't actually see disinflation yet in housing services, but it's in the pipeline, right? So for the third sector, we don't see anything here. So I think it would be premature, it would be very premature to declare victory or to think that we've really got this. We need to see.
I'm sorry that I scared your cat with my
goal, of course,
alert.
is to
I'm
bring
sorry, guys, for the
inflation down.
alerts.
And how do we get that done? There are many factors driving inflation
come
in
on,
that
Bitcoin.
sector. And they should be coming into play to have inflation, the disinflationary process begin in that sector. But so far, we don't see that. And I think until we do.
My alerts are loud,
we
guys,
see
because I
ourselves
need to
as
hear them.
having a lot of work
All right, we
left
have
to
a
do.
decrease of open interest as we're coming up to this high here. So that's
Howard
not
Scheider
really
with
the
Reuters,
most
and
bullish thing,
thanks as
actually.
usual. So I just wanted to connect a couple dots here. The statement made a number
not the
of
most
changes
bullish thing in the world.
that seem to be saying things are getting
be
better.
honest.
You're saying inflation has eased.
Let's see what happens
has
with this
eased.
dollar here.
That's new.
As long
You've
as we
taken
keep
out
losing this
references to
level,
the war in Ukraine is causing
as long
price
as the ES
increases.
keeps
You've
pumping,
taken out references to the pandemic.
I think the
You've,
Bitcoin can
eliminated
still
all
come
the
up higher
reasons that
here.
You said prices were being driven
Now we are
higher.
coming up to
Yet
a
that's
golden
not
pocket
mapping
area of
to any
resistance.
change
We have not
in
yet even
how you
taken out the
describe
high from
policy. We
yesterday,
still
guys.
have ongoing increases
We have
to
not
come.
even yet taken out
So
the
I'm
high from
wondering,
yesterday.
Why is that the case? And does it have more to do with uncertainty around the outlook or more to do with you not wanting to give a very overeager market a reason to get ahead of itself and overreact?
So I guess I would say it this way.
I'm
We
sorry
can
for
now
waking
say,
you
I
up with the
think, for
alerts at
first
2 a.m.
time
in Indonesia.
that
I'm really
the
sorry.
disinflationary process has started.
All right,
We
let's
can
see if we
that, and
dump
see
here.
it
I mean,
really
I
in
would love
goods
to come
prices
higher
so
before
far.
a dump. I would love to come higher
Goods
before a
prices is
dump.
big sector.
Please,
This
come
is
a
what
little
we
bit
thought
higher
would
before
happen
a
since the
dump.
very beginning, and now here it is actually happening, and for the reasons we thought. It's supply chains, it's shortages, and it's demand revolving back towards services. So this is a good thing. This is a good thing. But that's, around a quarter of the PCE price index, core PCE price index. So the second sector is housing services. And that's
All right, we're coming up to
driven
the
by
golden
very
pocket
different
right here.
things. And we, as I mentioned, with housing services, we expect, and other forecasters expect, that measured inflation will continue moving up for several months, but will then come down, assuming that new leases continue to be soft. And we do assume that. So we think that that's sort of in the pipeline. And we actually see disinflation in the goods sector, and we see it in the pipeline for two sectors that amount to a little less than half. So this is good, and we note that when we say inflation is coming down. This is good.
All right,
We expect to
still
see
pumping on the S&P.
that disinflation process
Still
will be
dumping
seen,
on the dollar. We
hope
really need to be
soon,
watching these.
in the core goods ex-housing, sorry, the core services
Coming up to the
ex-housing sector
618
that I talked
Fibonacci.
about. We don't see it yet. It's
ETH
it's
broke through
7 or 8
1600
different
just now.
kinds of services. Not all of them are the same.
Let's check out ETH.
And we have a sense of what's going on in each of those different subsections.
ETH also at the golden pocket right now. So
Probably the
ETH and
biggest
Bitcoin both at
part
local
of it,
golden
probably
pockets.
60% of that is research would show is sensitive to slack in the economy, and so the labor market will probably
Potential
be important.
bearish
Some of
divs
the
here
other
at
ones,
these
it's-
golden
the
pockets,
labor market's
guys.
not going to be important. Many other factors will drive it. In any case, we don't see disinflation in that sector yet, and I think we need to see that. It's the majority of the core PCE index, which is the thing that we think is the best predictor of headline
S&P
PCE, which
500
is our
rallying,
mandate.
putting in now a
So
higher
It's
high.
not that we're neither optimistic nor pessimistic. We're just telling you that we don't see
Okay, so
inflation
next
moving down
zone
yet
for
in that
S&P
large
is going to be
sector.
that 4180
I think
zone.
we will fairly soon.
Check
but
out
we
what's
don't see
happening
it
with
yet.
Bitcoin
Until
here.
we do,
We are finding
I
some
think
resistance at the
we see
Fibonacci golden
ourselves-
pocket on
we gotta be honest
Bitcoin.
with ourselves. We see ourselves as having
We do see a
perhaps
big
more
decrease of
persistent-
open
we'll see
interest
more
here. A lot of
persistent
longs and
inflation in
shorts
that
actually
sector,
closing out.
which will take longer to get down, and we're just going to have to complete the job. I mean, that's what we're here for.
We do see some low time frame bear divs here.
Nick Timmeros, the Wall Street Journal.
3-minute
Chair
bear
Powell, you
divs as
observed
well.
several years ago that we learned we can have a low unemployment rate without above target inflation, and we have learned lately that inflation can come down from its uncomfortably high level despite a historically low unemployment rate. Given that, and given how much you did over the last year, why do you think further rate increases are needed? Why not stop here and see what transpires in the coming months before raising rates again?
So we've raised rates 4.5 percentage points, and we're talking about a couple of more rate hikes to get to that level we think is
Let's check out the
appropriately
ES
restrictive.
because
And why do we think that's probably necessary?
as long as
We
this thing
think
is
because
continuing
inflation is
up,
still running
Bitcoin
very
will
hot.
continue up as well,
We're,
and the
of course,
dollar.
taking into account long and variable
If the
lags.
dollar starts
We're
to
thinking about
reclaim
that.
this level here, then this
It
could have been
really-
our high for
The
Bitcoin.
story we're telling about inflation is
The dollar starts
to
to reclaim
ourselves,
this.
and the way we understand it is
But
we're
we
basically
gotta wait
the
for the
three
dollar
things
to
that I've
reclaim
just
it.
gone through a couple times. And again, we don't see it affecting the services sector ex housing yet. But I mean, I think our assessment is that we're not very far from that level. We don't know that, though. We don't know that. So I think we're living in a world of significant uncertainty. I would look across the rate, the spectrum
would you
of
look at
rates
that
and
dump
see
on
that
the
real
dollar?
rates are
That
now
is wild.
positive, by an appropriate set of measures are positive across the yield curve. I think policy is restrictive. We're trying to make a fine judgment about how much is restrictive enough. That's all. And we're going to, that's why we're slowing down to 25 basis points. We're going to be carefully watching the economy and watching inflation and watching the progress of the disinflationary
I'm
process.
not really looking for.
You or your colleagues discuss the conditions for a pause at this meeting this week?
Okay.
Let's
check out what's the dollar doing.
Come out in
If
3
the
weeks,
dollar
and we'll
starts
give
to
you a lot of
reclaim this
detail.
level here,
We spent a lot of
could
time
be good
talking
confirmation
about
that
the
maybe
path
this GP
ahead
is a
and the state of the economy
a high.
I wouldn't want to start to describe all the details there, but that was the sense of the discussion, was really talking quite a bit about the path forward.
Victoria?
Hi, Chair Powell. I wanted to ask about the debt ceiling. Given that we've now hit up against it, I was wondering if the U.S. goes past the X date, will the Fed do whatever the Treasury directs as it relates to making payments as the fiscal agent, or will it do its own analysis of any legal constraints?
So your question is, would we, say your question again?
Will the Fed do what Treasury directs as it relates to
Keeping our eyes on the dollar,
payments,
keeping our eyes
or
on, we
will
are
it do
coming up
its own
to a
analysis
slight
of any
level
legal
of resistance right
constraints?
here as well.
So you're really asking about, you're asking about prioritization in effect. Is what
Yes.
you're-
Watch
okay.
and wait.
So I feel like I have to say this. There's only one way forward here, and that is for Congress to raise the debt ceiling so that the United States government can pay all of its obligations when due. And any deviations from that path would be highly risky, and that no one should assume that the Fed can protect the economy from the consequences of failing to act in a timely manner. In terms of our relationship with the Treasury, we are their fiscal agent, and I'm just going to leave it at that.
Dollar
Are
continues
you
to dump.
actively doing any planning of what might happen in the event that that would happen?
I'm just going to leave it
Bitcoin
at that. This
continues
is
to
a
pump.
matter that's to be resolved between, really, it's really Congress's job to raise the debt ceiling, and I gather there are discussions happening, but they don't involve us. We're not involved in those discussions, so we're the fiscal agent.
Bitcoin is still pumping. Now, what happened now is
Gina
we
Smith
just
from
filled
New
some
York
single
Times. Thanks
prints.
for taking our questions. I wonder, was there any
Just filled some
discussion
single
today of
prints
the
here. Let's check out what the
possibility
ES
of
did.
pausing rate increases and then
ES did
restarting
not
them?
hit that
Lori
4-hour
Logan
level.
From the Federal Reserve Bank of Dallas seemed to suggest that that would be a possibility in a recent speech, and I wonder if that view is broadly shared on the committee.
So the committee, obviously,
All right.
did not see this as a time to pause. We
Let's
judged
see if
that
the ES is
appropriate
gonna hit that level, and if it
thing
does
to do at
anything
this
at that
meeting
level.
was to raise the federal funds rate by 25 basis points, and we said
Check
that
out
we
the dollar's
continue
still
to
dumping, guys.
anticipate that
Dollar's
ongoing
still
increases in the target range will be appropriate in order to attain that stance of
Bitcoin still
sufficiently
pumping?
restrictive monetary policy that will bring inflation down to 2%. So that's the judgment that we made. We're gonna write down new forecasts in March, and we'll certainly be looking at the incoming data as everyone else will.
Sorry, I should have been clear. I mean, would it be possible to take a meeting off, for example, and then resume? Could you, rather than just doing at every meeting a move, go a little bit more slowly, take some gaps in between moves?
I mean, I think this is not something that the committee is thinking about or exploring in any kind of detail. In principle, though, we used to do was go every other meeting, if you remember, 25 basis points, and that was considered a fast
We do have
pace.
some bull divs, guys.
So I think a lot of options are available, and you saw what the Bank of Canada did, and they left it that they're willing to raise rates.
We do have some bull divs.
After pausing, but this is not something that the Federal Open Market Committee is on the point of deciding right now.
Steve Leisman, CNBC. Mr. Chairman, the SEP has the PCE inflation rate in 2023 at 3.1%. Meanwhile, the 3-month annualized PCE is 2.1%, and you've achieved this.
All right, let's check out our good friend S&P is getting a little bit of a pullback right here. Let's check out the dollar. Dollar is still dumping. As long as this dollar is still dumping, I expect Bitcoin to come up higher. If the dollar starts to reclaim this level, 101,
your understanding of the inflation dynamic
297,
may be wrong,
we
and,
could see
it's possible to
all these
achieve
things start to
without
reverse.
raising rates
There
that
is
high,
one level of resistance
and
that the
also without,
ES is coming up to right around here,
without
like a
the
4-hour
surge in
level.
unemployment. And specifically,
Let's see
I
what
wonder
else
if
we
you might
got.
comment on the speech given by Vice Chair Lael Brainerd, who said,
Yeah, that's not
to the extent
that's
that
not
inputs
anything
other
too
than
crazy
wages may be
of
responsible
resistance
in
right
part
here.
for important price
But
increases
nonetheless, it
for
is a
some
level.
non-housing services,
Bitcoin
an
has just
unwinding
come
of
up
these factors. In other words, it may not
to
be wages,
fill these single prints.
the idea that it may not require unemployment
And if we come
rising
above this level,
to
I
get
think
this
we could come
sector
much
of
higher
inflation
here.
under control. Thanks.
So a couple things. First, on the forecast, you're right. If you take very short-term, three-month, say, measures of PCE, core PCE inflation, they're quite low right now. But that's because that's driven by significantly negative readings from goods inflation. Most forecasters would think that this significantly
let's see how
negative
this
readings
goes,
would be
guys.
transitory. And
Because
that goods inflation will move up fairly soon.
I'm
back
still
up to its longer run
We,
trend.
you know,
of something
I'm
around
holding
zero,
out to
something
hit
like
these
that.
TPs, guys.
A lot of forecasts would call
Holding
for
out to
core
hit these
PCE to go
TPs.
back up to 4% by the middle of the year, for example.
On
So
the long
that's
from
really where the
16.3.
sustainable level is.
Also, still
is more
holding
like
this
at
short,
4%.
guys.
So that would suggest
Still
there's-
holding this short.
There's work left to do.
If it gets
you know,
stopped out, it'll get stopped out in
let's
profit.
say
I will look to
inflation
short
does
for
come
higher.
down
I've already
much
locked in a
faster than we
profit on it.
expect, which
Mainly,
is-
I'm
which is
really hoping that
possible.
these swing
As I
longs
mentioned, you know, obviously our policy's data dependent.
can
We
get
take
some
that
nice
into
moves
account.
here.
In terms of the core non-housing services, as I mentioned.
So we are finding
earlier,
a little bit of resistance
it's a
right
very
here.
diverse sector, 6 or 7 sectors, and
a little bit of resistance at the
so
golden pocket.
sectors
Let's
that
check out
represent
our dollar.
55 or 60% of that.
Dollar is still
subsectors
dumping
of-
here, guys.
Of that sector.
S&P 500 is
are,
getting
we
a
think,
little
are
bit of a
sensitive
pullback
to
right here. Let's
slack
check out
in
what's
the
happening
economy,
live in the
sensitive
order
to
book.
the labor market in a way. But some of the other sectors are not. And for example, you know, financial services.
We
is
don't
a
have
big
very much
sector
going
that's
on,
really
right?
not
Like this
driven
whole move up has been on a pretty
by,
big decrease of open interest. That actually shows some
labor
weakness
markets,
here.
Wages.
That does show some weakness
So that's
here.
why I said there are a number of things that will affect. Take
So
restaurants,
we
right?
filled
So
these single
clearly
prints right
labor's
here,
important
and we're
for
getting a
restaurants, but so
reaction
are
from
food
them.
prices. And you know, transportation
And we do
services
see
is gonna
bearish
be
divs on
driven
these lower
by-
time frames,
by,
so
fuel prices, for example.
I'm hoping we
So
keep pumping
there
here.
are lots of things
I'm
in
keeping
that
my
mix
eyes on
that
the
will drive inflation. I would say overall,
ES,
though,
and I'm keeping my
own
eyes
view
on
would
the
be
DXY
that you're not going to have a
to kind of gauge
sustainable
this market
return
here.
to
And if
2%
the
inflation in that sector without a better balance in the labor market. And
The DXY can reclaim
I
this
don't know
green
what
line.
will
That is
require in
bearish
terms of
for
increased unemployment. Your question. I do think
Bitcoin.
there are a number of dimensions through which the labor market can soften. And so far, we've got, as I mentioned, in goods, we have inflation moving down without the softening in the labor market.
Gold is ripping right
most
now.
Most forecasters would say that that unemployment will probably rise a bit from here, but I continue to think that there's a path to getting inflation back down to 2% without a really significant economic decline or a significant increase in unemployment.
All right, well.
And that's because the setting we're in is quite different. The inflation that we originally got is very much a collusion.
We're done with our man, JP, up in here. All right. This is the moment of truth, guys. The moment of truth. Continued decrease of open interest right now. And I do have to say, like, just objectively speaking here, this is a bearish div on the 24-minute. So if we do reject from here, I would not be surprised with a decrease of open interest. And, you know, I would also say that we're at a resistance level here. So, I mean, clearly, if we are really rejecting from the single prints, it is easy invalidation, but I would much rather prefer to come up higher because, well, because I'm already in a short from higher, so I'd like to take the high. I'd like to take the high before I gonna be risking anything here. But let's take a look at the dollar again, guys. Still dumping here. SPX still getting its pump on. All right, there we go, Bighorn, getting her pump on now. I'm sorry, Felipe Silva. I didn't mean to scare you with the music there. Oh, snap. Guys, I just remembered. I have to head out. I have a meeting at 3 o'clock and it's 3:01. So, our giveaway. We have to do a giveaway. We will do it during tomorrow's stream. Tomorrow is Thursday. We will be doing a stream tomorrow at 1 p.m. If you want a chance to win 500 USDT, stop in the stream tomorrow. In the meantime, guys, may God bless all of you. In the name of Jesus the Messiah, I pray everybody is very blessed. Everybody who watched the stream, thank you so much for being here. Make sure to like, make sure to subscribe. May the Lord bless you. May he protect you. May he shine light upon you. May he have grace upon you. May the Lord turn his face toward each one of you and give you completeness. In the name of Jesus the Messiah, I pray everybody is blessed. I'm sorry to dip out so quick. I have this thing at 3 o'clock. We will be doing the giveaway tomorrow, guys. So make sure to like, make sure to subscribe, click the bell so that you don't miss it. Same time, same place, mañana. Peace, guys.